This is bear breathing, one of the foundational breathing exercises we'll do in a face down prone position. This can be very challenging, so we will progress to the face down position. So let's get started. Moving into hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, feet against the wall for reference. I find this to be really helpful so we can just feel grounded everywhere. Couple key points for setup. So first, starting at the pelvis. If we're kind of finding this kind of arched out position, or maybe we're more tucked under. So trying to find somewhere that's a little bit more in the middle, where you can think about kind of the sits bones spreading apart and the tailbone is straight behind you. So from the side, we're sometimes in this arched out position or maybe tucked under. So trying to find something that's a little bit more neutral with the pelvis position. Moving up to the shoulders, thinking about kind of pushing actively through the hands so we're not down here, but I want you to think about almost like shoulders down and then push through the hands. So you want to get the serratus on board. Muscle kind of wraps around right here. It's kind of our pushing muscle. It helps with and facilitates breathing, and it helps us with all the things we do in mom life, pushing. So really want to get that serratus on board. Plus, when we kind of come down and push through, we're really going to help facilitate the back body expansion, or the expansion on the back side of our rib cage. So pelvis position, finding that neutral mid-range, pushing actively through the hands. And now we're going to also think about breathing. So with our inhales, thinking about pushing through the hands and almost inhaling into your bra line on the back side, and then exhale from the bottom up. And as you exhale, thinking about the front ribs kind of closing in or dropping down. So inhale, you're imagining the back side right behind the rib cage. My hand was on your bra line. Inhaling into, or your turtle shell, however that visual helps for you. And then exhale, those ribs coming down on the front side. This position is really helpful because we can get the rib cage behind the pelvis, which helps us with maintaining a stacked body position and getting that expansion on the back side of the rib cage, which is going to help us lift and feel strong through our core. So pressing actively through the hands, finding the neutral with the pelvis, and sending your gaze forward in front of you, looking at the top of your mat so you're not tucking and dropping down in the chest. So we'll go through a couple breaths together, finding the pelvis neutral, pressing through the hands, inhale, and then exhale from the bottom up, so from the pelvic floor on up. Now I'm going to maintain some of that tension in my abdominals as I inhale again, keeping the ribs kind of down in front. On that exhale, maybe you feel the urge to tuck under and kind of round, but I want you to really try and keep that pelvis unclenched and tucked so that you kind of have your tailbone kind of facing the wall behind you. What happens if we tuck under is we kind of close off the back side of our pelvic floor and the back of our pelvis, but on that inhale, we want to get air traveling down into the body. So shoulders over wrists, feet on the wall, press actively through the hands, pelvis untucked, inhale, and exhale. Maintain tension, inhale again. Stay here for 5 to 10 breaths, 2 to 3 sets. It will feel challenging, especially on the back side, to get some of that air into the back, but hopefully this helps you feel really nice and stretched out on the back side and will help facilitate, once again, that front to back, sagittal plane pelvis control, as we can actually breathe into our backside and get a better step.